Welcome back to Arise News Now, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I'm Hafsatu Shinkafi. The European Union has committed 70 million euros to help Nigeria end polio and other immunization programs. Another 190 million euros has been pledged in the coming months, but it's hardly enough to combat the multitude of challenges within Nigeria's health sector. Arise News anchor Jeff Koinange spoke to the EU's ambassador to Nigeria, Michael Arrion, about the money is going to be used about.
So the second part of our contribution to to a program aiming to improve health in Nigeria. It's a regular program. We've been working in health for years now in Nigeria. Those 70 millions will be channeled through WHO and UNICEF. The big chunk will go to UNICEF in five states.
What are those states?
The states are for UNICEF. We are talking about Adamawa, Kebbi, and Bauchi. For WHO, it's a nationwide immunization campaign, plus two specific states, Sokoto and Anambra.
When you talk about Sokoto and other states in the north, how easy access is there to get this immunization program going?
Well, immunization has been going for some time now, as you know, so we are trying really to eradicate polio. So it's a targeted program fighting polio. It's, as I said, it's nationwide because you cannot work in isolation by definition.
Yeah. But with Boko Haram and the insurgency,
we have a reasonable access. Indeed, with those programs, we will not be reaching the northeast, but we will be doing that within the next 3 months, probably with another package. But it will be a multi-sector package. Right. So I can already, in addition to the 70 million, we are preparing a 190 million package in the coming days. We will announce that in Oslo, but we will give the details there. To come back to this immunization, it's certainly a very effective way of addressing, I would say, prevention in the health sector. But it's also reinforcing the capacities of the health workers. So we will be targeting about 3,000 health workers in about 1,000 health centers, right? So we try to give a structural response to the a relatively underperforming sector, because one has to face the fact that unfortunately Nigeria did not reach the Millennium Development Goals in the health sector for all kinds of reasons.
Sure.
What we are doing is a lot, but it's not enough. We are talking about 3 to 5 states.
Out of 36.
Out of 36,
Yep.
Absolutely. We have estimated that we will reach probably 3 million pregnant women and lactating women and children, but 3 million is nothing compared with probably 30 million. So I would say this intervention will achieve maybe 10% of what is needed. So I really want to appeal all stakeholders to do much more in the health sector.
Yeah. Does it disappoint you, Ambassador, that there's somebody who's not stepping up to the plate here? Obviously, the EU can give this money, other outfits can give this money, but somebody's not stepping up.
The first one to step up is the government, the federal government, the budget. I mentioned all stakeholders. By that I mean federal government, state, as you know, given the federal character of the country, and also given the size, the magnitude of the problem, the size of the population of the country, you need states, local governments be fully involved. You need also private sector. I think we are seeing more and more foundations of the big billionaires of Nigeria intervening all over the country, in particular in the north. Why in particular in the north? Well, because that's where they are where the numbers are the highest in terms of malnutrition. Yeah. You know, we consider, malnutrition is becoming a terrible public health issue. And a malnourished children is getting more easily sick and is getting other diseases. So you have several kinds of malnutrition. You have the structural, chronic, which leads to stunting, right? And you have other more acute malnutrition due to Boko Haram, for instance, or specific problem that the household can have.
Muslims have been gathering in Cape Town to take part in the singing of the gadat. The ritual involves a set of Quranic verses and prayers. The tradition started when most Muslims were slaves in the region, and as such they were not allowed to pray by the colonial authorities, so they sang their prayers. The event rarely happens in a public place. Pakistan is one of just 7 countries worldwide to legally recognize a third gender. The community is visible and tolerated as part of local culture, yet many feel targeted and some fear for their safety. Diane de Sobo has this report.
It's party time for the girls, a coming-of-age celebration in Peshawar's transgender community. Pakistan is one of only 7 countries to legally recognize a third gender. But Khawajaseras, which include cross-dressers, transsexuals, and eunuchs, are shunned in this conservative Muslim society. Most, born as boys, are rejected by their families and end up earning money from dancing at weddings, begging, or sex work. Sohana had to flee her home when the Taliban moved in.
Everyone was teasing us, mocking us, whenever they saw us, calling us names, shouting at us, and even throwing stones at us. And with the Taliban, if a man had no facial hair, they would be cruel to him.
Like Sohana, many transgenders have been displaced from tribal areas since 2007. But here in Peshawar, they were faced with another challenge. Under its rules, the UN can only help displaced families, leaving this community on the sidelines.
Parties continue in Brazil as the country prepares for Carnival. Sao Paulo witnessed one of its largest street parties on Sunday as thousands lined the city's streets for music and dancing. The Carnival of Brazil begins on Thursday and runs through March the 1st. We're heading to a break, but plenty more to come, including sports and entertainment. And follow us through the week as we bring you an Arise Oscar special from our team in Los Angeles.